Intro. So one of the things I've noticed about perception of the world as a whole, what people think about foreign affairs and the NSA and the like, it's largely a perception is reality sort of thing, as it often is, but in particular things that involve fields that are either very specialized, like genetics in the Jurassic World movie, or subjects that are secretive. People go off of what they know, no matter how flimsy the knowledge. When related arguments take place, it's based off of this Hollywood, James Bond mentality, because people don't have a better basis to go with. Sort of a small amount of knowledge grants a sense of entitlement, but no useful information kind of thing, which was also demonstrated in the Ebola incident. But even by Hollywood standards, people are very uninformed. Think about it. If you play a game like World of Warcraft, or you talk to someone on Facebook, or whatever social media site, and you get a spam message asking you to wire $1 million to a Nigerian prince. You click the report spam button. The way these things can be reviewed and disposed of is spam by whatever company that runs the chat service, even if they use an automated service that estimates if it's spam or not. The system operates because the information was recorded. These conversations are recorded en masse as part of the day-to-day operations of these services. It's used to advertise to you to bookkeep your conversations, etc. Yet when it was revealed copies were being taken by the NSA, a lot of people were shocked. Prior to this Snowden leak, I was sometimes called a loon for my belief the electronic communications were not entirely private, even though anyone could look through their own conversation history on any Facebook account, or if you were old school from 2007, your MySpace message folder. I'm pretty sure pulling up someone's emails or conversation history has been depicted in a number of action movies. This sort of thing happening should be common knowledge, but it just wasn't. People just didn't seem to think basic things they could observe in everyday life were actually possible. But then people also overestimate something's capabilities if they find it ominous, like thinking a computer with no speaker, no microphone, no webcam, no internet can be webcam spied on. In some cases, it's the opposite effect. They think these agencies are hyper-efficient and hyper-competent, sort of a grass is greener than in whatever company I work for mindset, where people see the horrible inefficiencies in their own field of work, but assume other fields and other companies are free of similar problems. But I ask you, what data analyst working for the NSA, CIA, FBI, CSIS, or SIS hasn't had the situation where their supervisor walks up to them, hands them something, and says, "Analyze this." For what? Anything we can use. To do what? Something useful. That's very vague. Just analyze it. Is there one that has not witnessed that very situation? I'm not so sure. Perhaps you, in your personal line of work, have seen similar events. For the betterment of everyone's understanding of bureaucracy, please do leave a comment if so. Anyway, these organizations are not to be ascribed superhuman human intelligence. They suffer from the same bureaucratic problems many private companies suffer, as evidenced by the CIA's handling of interrogation. Sometimes people place these completely out-of-touch expectations on these organizations. One guy I met at college was like, "What if the terrorists make a secret missile base in Antarctica?" And the class instructor was a guy who used to work for the Navy, and he just looked at him with this sad expression, and all I could think was, "Oh, honey. Darling, sweetie, honey, poopsie, baby, that's not how this works." I mean, think about it. Let's say you're a James Bond supervillain, or you aspire to be. You want a secret underground base. You need to excavate all the dirt and rock that requires excavation companies and contractors. You need to make sure it's inspected and up to safety codes, unless you want to risk your own base collapsing in on you. You need to bring all the construction materials to the site and build the base, and you can try doing this covertly, but you can expect it to cost 20 times as much, and some things are conspicuous by their absence, so you may not be successful anyway. Because keep in mind, even the Manhattan Project, the construction of the nuclear bomb, was not successfully kept a secret. It was kept out of common knowledge and layperson understanding, but that's not complete secrecy. The people that worked in related science fields, they noticed their colleagues suddenly stopped publishing papers on nuclear material and figured out very quickly what was going on. That's how the Soviets discovered the American bomb project and started their own. If you want a James Bond-esque secret base on an island somewhere, imagine how expensive it would be to move all the materials there, to conduct the excavation, to bring all the dozers and cranes and equipment. Imagine how many contractors you need. Obscuring it from common knowledge by making it boring and confusing, that's one thing. But trying to legit cover it all up with hundreds, possibly thousands of contractors and businesses involved, that's a nightmare. It'd multiply the cost exponentially. The project would take years longer. Potentially doable, but stupidly expensive and time-consuming and not guaranteed to work. And people are exiting college at this level of understanding. Like, you want a piranha pool for your secret lair. Okay, well, you need the water tank cleaned regularly so the fish don't die. I mean, imagine going to a bank for a loan. You say, I want to open a sports bar. They say, I want to see your PowerPoint presentation. And a lot of people, they're going to answer, I don't have one, but my dreams come true, and that will make the sports bar a success, and the bank is going to go, nope.jpg. I mean, you get guys that say, yeah, I'm in my last semester at college before I graduate, but who knows if it's gonna matter? For all we know, ISIS scientists in their secret moon base are gonna make a mind control ray tomorrow. They're not gonna make a mind control ray tomorrow. Bitch, please. I could tell you all about the problems of a secret moon base, and flying aircraft carriers are probably very impractical. Hollywood is not necessarily an accurate representation of real life. Okay? Okay, good. Now that we've established that, I'm gonna go get some coffee. I'll see you next time.